7 secret ways to get a man deeply obsessed with you. Do you secretly wish your partner or the man you are interested in would feel completely captivated by you and unable to stop thinking about you? Many women quietly want this kind of attention but feel unsure how to create it. The truth is, it is not as complicated as it sounds. When you understand how attraction really works, you can create a powerful pull that feels natural and effortless. In this video, you will learn how to spark an unstoppable attraction using simple psychological ideas. If you stay until the end and follow these steps carefully, you will notice that your man begins chasing you emotionally and mentally in a way that feels intense and real. You can inspire the man you want to feel deeply fascinated by you by learning how to create a magnetic presence. When you understand how his mind works, you stop guessing and start influencing how he feels about you. He begins thinking about you when you are not around. He feels drawn toward you without knowing exactly why, and his attention slowly becomes focused on you alone. These are methods I have put together after studying how attraction and male psychology truly function, so do not skip any part, because each idea builds on the one before it. To understand how to attract a man deeply, you first need to understand how men see the world in general. Men are naturally goal-focused. They are driven by outcomes, progress, and achievement. Winning matters to them because it strengthens their sense of self. When a man reaches a difficult goal, it makes him feel capable, powerful, and confident. Achieving something that feels far away or challenging gives him a boost of pride and self-worth. This is why things that come too easily rarely feel valuable to him. If something is handed to him with no effort involved, it does not register as a true victory. It feels empty and forgettable. Men are drawn to what feels rare, challenging, and earned. This same rule applies to attraction and relationships. When something feels too available, it loses its excitement very quickly. Many men enjoy the process of pursuit more than the reward itself. The chase activates something deep inside their ego. It gives them a sense of purpose and direction. When a man feels like he is working toward winning a woman's attention, it makes him feel alive and engaged. He wants to feel like he is the one who stood out and succeeded where others failed. This is why effort matters so much to men. They place high value on things they have invested time, energy, and emotion into. If he has to show up, try harder, and grow in order to be with you, he will naturally value you more. Men want to believe that their effort means something. They want to feel that their actions are noticed and appreciated. They do not enjoy receiving things for free because it removes the sense of achievement. They would rather work hard and then treasure what they earned. If you want a man to chase you emotionally, you must become the kind of woman who is worth the effort without ever acting unavailable or cold. Male psychology alone is not the only tool you can use to build attraction. General human behavior also plays a major role. Attraction is largely based on perception, which means it depends on how we see and experience someone. Let me explain this clearly. Have you ever been told that a man likes you and suddenly your feelings toward him shifted even though he did nothing differently? His appearance stayed the same, his personality stayed the same, but your emotional response changed because your perception changed. Now think of another situation. Imagine having a friend who constantly judges your clothes, your job, and your life decisions. How do you feel when you know you are about to see her? Most people feel tense, uncomfortable, or drained when they are around someone like that. When you do not enjoy how someone makes you feel, you naturally pull away from them. Emotionally, attraction works the same way. We are drawn to people who make us feel good about ourselves when we are around them. This is a very important point because it means you have influence over how someone feels in your presence. This does not mean lying, manipulating, or pretending to be someone you are not. It means being intentional about the emotional experience you create when you are with him. Men fall for how they feel around a woman more than how she looks or what she says. If he feels relaxed, appreciated, confident, and emotionally safe around you, his attraction will grow naturally and deeply. You are not forcing anything, you are simply allowing his feelings to develop in the right environment. When you combine this understanding with male psychology, you stop trying to impress and start allowing attraction to happen. You no longer chase his attention because you understand how to draw it toward you. Instead of asking how to get a man, you begin asking how to make him feel when he is with you. Men are highly responsive to emotional states, even if they do not openly talk about them. If being around you makes him feel lighter, calmer, and more energized, he will want more of that feeling, and he will associate it with you. Another powerful idea is emotional contrast. When you have your own life interests, passions, and emotional balance, you create space for him to step forward. Men are attracted to women who have depth and direction because it challenges them to rise to that level when you do not center your entire world around him. He begins to wonder where he stands, and that curiosity keeps his attention focused on you. This is not about playing games. It is about maintaining your identity and self-respect, which naturally increases attraction. Men also respond strongly to appreciation, but it must feel genuine. Simple recognition of his effort can have a powerful effect. When a man feels that his actions are noticed and valued, he feels motivated to do more. This reinforces his emotional investment in you. Appreciation does not mean overpraising or flattering. It means acknowledging his presence, his effort, and his intentions in a calm, natural way. When he feels seen without pressure, he begins to attach emotionally. Another important element is emotional mystery. This does not mean being distant or secretive. It means not revealing everything at once, allowing him to discover you. Gradually, men enjoy discovery. It gives them something to explore and understand over time. When you share yourself slowly and authentically, it keeps his interest alive and growing. If everything is known immediately, there is no journey and no sense of progression. Attraction deepens when there is room to learn more. Consistency is also key. When your words, actions, and energy align, it creates trust. Men may not always express it, but emotional stability matters deeply to them. When they feel they know what to expect from you, emotionally, they feel safe investing more of themselves. Inconsistency creates confusion and hesitation, while consistency builds attachment and confidence. Finally, the strongest attraction comes from emotional safety. When a man feels he can be himself, without judgment, without pressure, and without fear of rejection, he will bond deeply. Emotional safety allows him to relax and open up, and when a man opens up emotionally, his attachment strengthens naturally. You become the place where he feels understood, accepted, and at ease. This is where obsession begins, not from control, but from connection. When you understand these principles, you stop trying to force attraction and start allowing it to grow naturally. Men chase what challenges them emotionally, what makes them feel alive, and what brings peace at the same time. When you embody these qualities, you do not need to convince a man to pursue you. His own feelings will do that work for you, and that is how deep, lasting obsession is formed. One way to make him see you as girlfriend material is to understand what actually makes a man want to pursue a woman. Think about what pulls you toward a man in the first place. Usually, it is not the flashy stuff. It is the small, meaningful details. Does he have good friends who respect him and support him? Does he have strong family connections or values the people close to him? Is he kind to strangers, polite to service workers, and gentle in the way he treats others? Does he show empathy when someone is struggling? Is he patient instead of reactive? Is he passionate about something in his life and capable of being loving and emotionally present? Believe it or not, men quietly look for these same qualities in a woman. Even though people often say men only care about looks, that is only partly true. Yes, physical attraction gets you noticed and opens the door. It might even get you attention, dates, and physical interest, but it only takes you so far. Looks can get you to the first level, where a man is willing to spend time with you or even sleep with you. But when it comes to choosing a real partner, someone he wants to keep, someone he wants to build a life with, men want much more than appearance. They want a companion. They want a woman they can feel proud to take home to their parents, to family events, and to important moments in their life. They want someone who feels safe emotionally and who adds warmth and meaning to their world. When you show him your heart, your values, your kindness, and your emotional depth, you do not need to force anything. You do not need to chase. The right man will naturally want to stay and pursue you because he feels something real. Another powerful way to spark his interest is by using a bit of reverse psychology. Men often expect women to react in predictable ways in certain situations. Over time, these expectations become automatic in their minds. So when you do something slightly unexpected, it can feel refreshing and memorable. Imagine a situation where a guy approaches you at a bar and offers to buy you a drink. He is attractive, charming, and used to women saying yes immediately. Maybe many girls want his attention. You smile, thank him genuinely, but politely decline and say you are out enjoying the night with your friends. You are not rude, you are not cold, you are simply choosing yourself and your plans. That moment will surprise him. He will be intrigued, but more importantly, he will be impressed. He will notice that you have boundaries, self-respect, and loyalty to your own life. In that instant, you become different from the rest. You become someone he wants to see again, someone who stands out in his mind long after the night ends. Another effective approach is to gently boost his ego in a healthy way. Attraction is strongly tied to how someone makes us feel when we are around them. People naturally pull away from negativity and constant criticism. Being around someone who drains our energy can feel exhausting. On the other hand, when someone makes us feel appreciated, valued, and capable, it creates warmth and connection. A sincere compliment can do wonders. Let him know when you admire something about him, whether it is his work ethic, his sense of humor, his confidence, or the way he handles challenges. These small acknowledgements help build his confidence and create positive emotional associations with you. Over time, he begins to associate you with good feelings. That said, balance is important. Compliments should be real and meaningful, not excessive or fake. You are not there to inflate his ego into arrogance. Subtle, honest appreciation is far more powerful than constant praise. It can also help to surround yourself with attractive and confident friends. This idea has more to do with general human behavior than strictly male psychology, but it still works surprisingly well. Studies suggest that the overall attractiveness of a group is often perceived as higher than the average attractiveness of each individual in that group. In simple terms, when you are with confident, attractive friends, the group as a whole appears more appealing. If you worry that the man you like might be more interested in one of your friends, try not to stress about it. In many cases, the opposite happens. The brain tends to process groups as a whole, rather than focusing deeply on every single individual. Humans can only take in a limited amount of information at once, so the mind blends details together and focuses on what stands out most. When you are relaxed, confident, and enjoying yourself with your friends, that energy becomes attractive. So go out, spend time with your beautiful, supportive friends, laugh and genuinely enjoy your life. That happiness shows, and it draws people toward you naturally. Honesty is another quality that carries more weight than many people realize. Research has shown that people often value honesty even more than intelligence or independence. In studies where students were asked to judge the physical appearance of men and women after reading descriptions of their traits, honesty played a huge role. Individuals described as honest were consistently rated as more attractive, healthier, and more pleasant-looking than those described as dishonest. Their faces were seen as more appealing, more feminine or masculine, and more trustworthy. This shows how deeply character influences attraction. Being honest does not mean oversharing everything right away or being brutally blunt. It means being genuine, real, and consistent in your words and actions. When a man senses honesty, he feels safer emotionally, and safety is a powerful foundation for attraction and commitment. Finally, it is important not to act desperate. Desperation pushes people away faster than almost anything else. Acting desperate is the complete opposite of acting like a prize worth winning. Nobody wants to feel like they are getting the leftover option or the easy win. When you chase a man too hard, you might believe that if you step back, he will forget about you and move on. But often the opposite is true. Constant texting, calling every few minutes, showing up everywhere he goes, or always being available sends the message that you have nothing else going on in your life. Think about how you would feel if a man did that to you. If he texted non-stop, followed you around, showed up at the same places constantly, or pressured you to go home with him, it would quickly become overwhelming and uncomfortable. You would lose interest fast. The same applies here. Give space. Have your own life, your own interests, and your own rhythm. Let him miss you a little. Let him wonder about you. Make sure you are not the woman who is always glued to her phone, waiting for his next message. Confidence, independence, and calm self-assurance are far more attractive than constant pursuit. Show a little interest in him, because if you keep ignoring him completely, he will naturally assume you are not interested, and he will slowly pull away. Most men do not chase forever when they feel unwanted. At some point, you have to soften your distance just enough to let him know the door is not closed. This does not mean throwing yourself at him or suddenly becoming overly available. It simply means giving him small signs that you notice him and that his presence matters. A warm response, a relaxed smile, a short message, or a calm reaction can go a very long way. Men are extremely sensitive to signals of interest, even though they rarely admit it. When there is nothing coming back from you at all, his mind fills in the blank, and the conclusion he reaches is that you are not into him. The balance is important here. The goal is not to overwhelm him with attention, but to let him feel that there is a connection forming. You ease up slowly instead of switching from cold to overly warm overnight. This gradual shift creates curiosity and comfort at the same time. He begins to feel that something is changing, but he cannot fully explain it. That uncertainty keeps his attention on you. When a man feels completely shut out, he disengages to protect his ego. When he feels just enough encouragement, he leans in emotionally. The real secret is not to rush into deep personal questions about his life too quickly. Many people make the mistake of thinking that asking very personal questions equals intimacy, but for men, this can sometimes feel like pressure or an interview. Instead of digging into his past, his problems, or his long-term plans right away, keep things light and natural. Ask him a few simple questions that allow him to speak, but do not push for too much detail. Let him volunteer information at his own pace. When he chooses to open up on his own, it feels safe and empowering to him, not forced. At the same time, share some things about yourself so the conversation feels balanced. This helps him feel like he is getting to know you, rather than chasing a mystery that gives nothing back. However, do not reveal everything all at once. Leave certain details unsaid. You do not need to explain your entire routine, your full history, or every aspect of your personality. Mystery is not about playing games. It is about pacing. When everything is revealed immediately, there is nothing left for his imagination to work with. When a few things remain unknown, his mind stays engaged, filling in the gaps and wanting to learn more. For example, if he asks what you do for a living, you do not need to give him a long, detailed explanation. You can keep it slightly vague and relaxed. You might say something simple and open-ended instead of listing every detail. This invites follow-up questions later and keeps the conversation flowing naturally. It also signals confidence, because you are not trying too hard to impress him or prove anything. Confidence is incredibly attractive to men, even more than many people realize. What matters most is the overall energy you bring into the interaction. Calm interest is far more powerful than intense attention. When you show interest without desperation, you create a space where attraction can grow comfortably. He feels respected, relaxed, and intrigued all at once. This combination is what makes a man want to pursue rather than pull away. He does not feel chased, tested, or pressured. Instead, he feels invited. When you look at all of these suggestions together, you can see that none of them require you to change who you are or make big sacrifices. You do not need to become someone else, lower your standards, or go on some dramatic personal transformation. You are not required to play complicated games or follow exhausting rules. These are small adjustments in how you communicate interest, space, and mystery. Small shifts often create the biggest changes in how a man responds to you. Attraction is not built through force or effort alone. It grows through comfort, curiosity, and emotional ease. When a man feels comfortable around you, he associates you with peace rather than stress. When he feels curious, he keeps thinking about you even when you are not around. When he feels emotionally safe, he allows himself to get closer without fear. These feelings develop naturally when you balance interest with restraint. Many women believe that making a man fall deeply in love requires constant effort or self-sacrifice, but that is not true. In reality, men respond best when they feel free to choose you rather than being pushed toward you. The moment a man feels like he is choosing you on his own, his attachment becomes stronger. Your role is not to chase him into love, but to create an environment where love feels like his idea. Men's psychology is actually quite simple when you strip away the myths. They want to feel wanted but not smothered. They want to feel appreciated but not controlled. They want to feel intrigued but not confused. When you understand this balance, relationships stop feeling like a struggle and start feeling more natural and enjoyable. You begin to notice that he puts in more effort without you asking. He reaches out more. He becomes more curious about you. He invests emotionally because he feels safe doing so. These tips are not about manipulation. They are about understanding human behavior and responding in a way that encourages connection instead of resistance. When you stop fighting the process and work with it, things flow more easily. Attraction grows in moments of ease, not in moments of tension. If you take anything away from this, let it be this simple idea. Show interest, but do it calmly. Share, but do not overshare. Stay open, but keep a little mystery. Allow him space to come toward you instead of chasing him endlessly. When you do this, you give the connection room to breathe and grow. I hope these insights helped you see attraction from a clearer and more relaxed perspective. Thank you for watching, and remember that sometimes the smallest changes in behavior create the biggest changes in results.